Hello friends, welcome to the Anamika Yaduvanshi show. Today I have with me Miss Harjas Kaur. She's a certified yoga instructor, sound healer and a wellness coach. She's been practicing yoga training since last 9 years now. In this conversation with me, she's spoken about the benefits of yoga and she tells us how yoga has benefits on our physical, mental and emotional well-being. Also, she has shared insights on how yoga enhances our decision-making abilities. This is a great session. Do watch it till the end and also let me know in the comment section what asana of yoga do you practice if you do. And if you don't practice yoga, why haven't tried yoga yet? Let me know in the comment section and also watch it till the end. Thank you so much. Let's start watching. Hello, Harjas. Welcome to the show. Thank you so much for coming here.
Thank you so much for having me, Anamika. It's a honor and a pleasure to be here on your show. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Looking forward to this one, Harjas. You have an interesting profile. You were a fashion merchandiser for almost 8 years, and now you are into yoga. So, how come from fashion into yoga industry? How did this shift happen?
I think it was not a very conscious shift. It was not like I was looking for a change of job or I was looking to get into yoga industry. I didn't even knew that yoga is an industry, and probably at that time it wasn't. Like if we look back 10 to 12 years back, yoga was not very popular also.
Mhm.
But anyways, the reason which ultimately became for me to have this switch was that I was never really happy in my merchandising job because it is a very demanding job. The environment is not so great. It's a more like a export house environment. Is more like a factory environment. You are always dealing with labor at one end, and the other end there are buyers. You are always just trying to please everyone, so it was
Yeah.
not a very comfortable job in that sense. And especially my last organization, the last place where I was working, was even worse. Like it was one of the worst places that I worked
Mhm.
throughout my
Mhm.
career.
Mhm.
So I just wanted to take a break, and
Mhm.
that is what I did. I took a break from that place, just for myself. And in that period, I just like one of my friends referred me a yoga session at
Mhm.
a particular center, and when I went there, that I felt very different because yoga practice can make you feel very grounded and relaxed, and that was my
Mhm.
first yoga class ever in my life.
Mhm.
So, and I think that happens because the yoga tools have the power to silence your mind and take you to a place of peace and calm. So I think that's what happened with me. That was actually a course, like a month or 1.5 months course, which I did in the center.
Mhm. Mhm.
So while I was doing, I was really, I can say that a seed was sown in my
So,
mind that I have to probably take it further, but I didn't know how, when, and how. So, anyways, when that course ended and I was back into doing nothing because I was still on break, so I thought of joining another. um, like I started to look for more jobs in the merchandising only, and I started
Mhm.
to work once again. But I could not stay there for another month also. Just before a month, I think I quit it again because I just could not get back to that environment. And then I decided that I will take up a yoga teacher's training. So whenever the next yoga teacher's training was happening, I enrolled for that and did that. And that was a 200 hours program for 1 month. And after I finished that, I came back and started doing a voluntary service in the Sivananda Center only where I learned.
Mhm.
So after that, I got references. People started knowing my way of teaching and stuff, and through references I started getting like a regular paid classes also. So that's how I switched. Then decided that this is what I'm going to do. I love yoga, I love teaching yoga, and that is how I can take it forward.
Mhm.
So then I decided that I'm not going back at least to the merchandising job. I'm going to get into the fitness or the yoga industry. So
Mhm.
that's how the switch happened.
Beautiful, beautiful. So, from the hustle of the fashion industry, you came into yoga and you found your peace here, right?
Yes, although it's always an ongoing process. It's never like you're done now, you're peaceful and you'll never get anything else.
I know, yeah.
But yes, you get grounded. You have something to anchor yourself back into that.
Right, right. So tell me, Harjas, during this shift, because you had a stable career, stable job, paying well and everything, and during this shift, when you had to go through certain courses and you were learning new things, I'm sure there might have been a period where there was like, you were not able to earn for yourself because you were investing into study more about yoga, doing courses, doing training, and all those things. So, was there any period of financial instability?
Uh, y- yes and no, because I was not so much dependent on my earnings because I'm
Mm-hmm,
in a joint family. So
mm-hmm,
it was not as such. I don't really have any financial burdens that ways. But of
mm-hmm,
course, it's a difficult switch for a person who would have to take care of himself or herself completely.
mm-hmm,
So, of course, in the beginning, the earnings are not that great. Like when you start any business or any service, you're a
mm-hmm,
newbie. So, you have to, you will start from scratch and you have to break free from the, break even point. There's a break even
mm-hmm,
point where you're putting in all efforts, all energy, all finances, but you're not really
mm-hmm,
getting anything out of it. So at least in the service sector, maybe you just have to put marketing stuff, like the expenditure is not so much, but still
mm-hmm,
you're not getting paid initially. So that happens,
mm-hmm,
uh, and takes time. Definitely, you have to be patient and you have to do whatever you need to do to grow your network, market yourself, and once you start taking action, like start doing some classes, you start getting more references.
mm-hmm.
And I think these ups and downs happen in every business, in every service. uh, Maybe you feel a little secure in a 9 to 5 job, like a full uh, time job, but ultimately in all other sectors you have to go through it. And that's what even I went through,
Mm-hmm.
which just, yeah, it's a phase which happens. And of
Mm-hmm.
course you have to know that if you want to go through it. Of course, it's a
Mm-hmm.
difficult decision if you have more, like you have to take care of a family or you really have to take care of your expenditure, then
Yeah.
maybe the transition is not so easy. But
Mm-hmm.
in general, for me, it was not so difficult because I don't have dependents or any such
Mm-hmm.
obligations. So it was fine for me.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So since you had a very taxing job, kind of toxic job, which had deadlines, labor, and a lot of, people to deal with and everything. But tell me about a regular person who is into a regular job, very happy with the job or very happy with the work that that person is doing. Why do you think
Mhm.
is important for that person to do yoga? Why should one make place for yoga in his or her life?
Uh, Yoga can have many other benefits. Like yoga has many benefits. It's
Mm-hmm.
a See, everybody needs to have some healthy habits in their daily
Mm-hmm.
life, and ev- everybody needs to do some physical workout also. So I think yoga
Definitely.
offers a combination of everything which we need right now to keep ourselves holistically healthy, like to keep our mind stress free, be healthy in our body, physical body, take care
Mm-hmm.
of our internal strength. So
Mm-hmm.
yoga practice really offers everything. It's a very encompassing practice. And
Mm-hmm.
why everybody needs to take out make space for yoga in their life, I would say. Of course, different people will have different likings towards different mindful practices, but basically yoga is not just asana and pranayam, it is also a way of life. So if you are being mindful, even that is yoga. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying that if you want to take up some healthy practice, yoga is one of the best practices because it can
Mm-hmm.
help you in every other area of your life, and you
Mm-hmm.
have to build it as part of your routine.
Mm-hmm.
You can't just do it once. Like I've done it once in my lifetime, so I should be
Just to
fine. It can't be
regularly
like
every
that.
day.
It has to be regular, like any other regular activity. For example, we want to sleep every day, we want to eat every day. So it has to be something imbibed in our routine. So it
Yeah,
becomes, because taking care of our body, mind, and spirit is a need of the times.
true.
So that's why it's important, and it is going to be beneficial if people make space for yoga in their lives.
Brilliant, beautiful. If I ask you to give me three benefits, because people are used to of counting, okay, what do I get when I do this? Name it. So if I have to tell you, give me three benefits, the topmost, what would be those?
Three benefits. Okay. Yoga can very easily help you release stress, at least in the moment.
Mm-hmm.
It can
Okay.
help you release stress. It can
Mm-hmm.
make your mind calm and
Mm-hmm.
clear.
Mm-hmm.
It brings you not just flexibility in your body, but also in your mind. You
Mm-hmm.
start to get physical benefits. Your body becomes more flexible, more mobile. You're able to
Mm-hmm.
do the day to day routines with much more ease, and you feel more energetic. And
Mm-hmm.
the flexibility of mind, I would say that you are able to see, because yoga, as I said, is not just asana and pranayam, though those can be used as the first tools to grow deeper into other aspects. And that happens with most of the people. Most of the people will start with asana and pranayam, but they will want to go deeper. It's a
Mm-hmm.
whole philosophy. So it helps you see uh, things from a larger perspective, and that's how you become flexible in the mind also. So this is
Mm-hmm.
one of another great
Mm-hmm.
benefits of doing a yoga practice. And yeah, third can be like you gain a lot of strength, inner strength, mental strength, physical strength. So these
Mm-hmm.
things you can immediately start feeling, you know,
Mm-hmm.
when you start the practice. Even with one class, you get these kind of benefits, in the sense when you do one yoga class, you do feel strong, you do
Mm-hmm.
feel flexible and mentally calm and relaxed. So these are the benefits which you will start feeling immediately also. And as you keep going on, there are always ups and downs. So all classes can't be the same, can't make you feel the
Yeah.
same. They
Yeah.
can't give you the same euphoria. But you
Yeah.
have to just, if you will continue to do yoga for some time, then you will stick to it. It will become your habit, like any other habit. And
Mm-hmm.
you start getting more established in it like that.
Mm-hmm. Thank you so much for answering that. Actually, that was my next question, that how much time does it take for anyone to see the result? You said it can actually be, start from the very first session as well. Like you said, कि first session ke baad bhi you can feel that you feel more flexible, you feel more strength, and you feel some sort of change in your body, in your mind, like you're saying. So even after your first session, one can feel changes. Am I correct?
Yes, but sometimes the changes might not feel very great also. So everybody can have their own different experiences. Somebody, let's say,
Mm-hmm.
who is very stiff in their body, and we
Mm-hmm.
are trying to make that person stretch out. So he might feel a little pain also, or he might feel different. He might have a different experience also. So
Mm-hmm.
but generally, it doesn't happen so much. Matlab, in the sense that people generally like the overall thing. If their body is tight, they would know that at least their body is tight and they need to stretch it. So now,
Mhm,
yoga is also a practice which will make you aware of where you are. It
mhm,
is an awareness practice. So it will also make you aware of your shortcomings and where you need to work towards, to
mhm.
maybe have healthier body, or better with
Wherever your
your.
problem areas are in the body,
Yes,
one
yes,
can
it
get
will
to know
show you.
about it.
It will show you that all that.
Yeah, yeah, I remember I did
So
it once when I could not bend something. Then the yoga sir told me, you have this problem, you have back problem, you have this problem. I also did not know that problem exists, but I used to feel some sort of stiffness in my back. I used to, get tired after sitting or standing for a long time, and I used to feel some sort of strain in my back. But then he told me that this is the problem and you need to rectify this. I was like, okay.
yeah.
So when you're not able to do certain asanas, I think that kind of shows some sort of stiffness or problem or issue in that area, is it?
Yeah. Ye- Yes, but then there could be different levels of postures also. Not everybody wants to do, or maybe initially they can't do
Mhm,
the advanced postures. So even if
mhm,
we're not really talking about advanced postures, but we're just talking about yoga can be modified for any kind of body, like
mhm,
whether you're a beginner, like any other workout also, I think that
mhm,
can be adapted. But
mhm,
I'm just saying that yes, when you start doing something, for example, if I start running and my cardiovascular system is not strong or I'm not used to running, I will start puffing. I mean, I'll
Yeah.
start having that kind of breath. So I would know that my strength in this thing is I lack strength for running. So likewise,
Mm-hmm.
yoga will also show, okay, your body has these things, and if you want to get better with it, okay, do this, do this consistent practice.
So with
So like
asanas,
that.
things can improve. Those problem areas can actually improve, right?
Yes, definitely, because we need to stretch the body, because otherwise the body starts aging very fast. You start having lack of mobility. So
Mm-hmm.
on a physical level also, we need to practice stretches. Whether you do any other workout also, you still need to do stretching. And what better way to do stretching than like how
Then
it is done in
yoga.
a yoga practice?
Yeah, right. Like you just said that in any case, one has to do stretching to have, to lead a better life, to have a healthy body and everything. So if one has to choose between gymming and yoga, because first day of gym really, makes you tired. बहुत exhausting हो जाता है. But like you said, first
Mhm.
day of yoga can be very entertaining, can be very soothing, can be actually, very relaxing also. But just tell me if one has to choose between these two. Why should they choose yoga?
See, ultimately, I think the person who is getting into any kind of, if you are taking it as a fitness regimen, then you have
Mhm.
to see what you like.
Yeah.
Any kind of fitness, whether, see, I don't call yoga as a only for fitness. It is
Mhm.
much more than that. So there are
Mhm.
many other reasons why a person can or would want to get into a yoga practice, which
Mhm.
benefits are not in any other fitness, because yoga is not fitness only.
Mhm.
Anyways, let's just talk from this perspective. If somebody is just looking at fitness right now and
Fitness.
he
Yeah.
wants to
Mhm.
choose between yoga or anything, that will depend on that person's likeness. Like, if he likes to be in a yoga class, you have to choose something which you will stick to for a longer period of time, because
Mhm.
fitness is not a one day job.
Yeah.
It has to be a lifetime thing, so that, because we need to move. We have a
Mhm.
sedentary lifestyle these days. We're
Mhm.
not working out, and otherwise, like, we in our day to day jobs. So we have to have a routine, any kind of fitness routine, which we can stick to for longer, and we will
Longer
stick to
period.
something what we like, what we enjoy doing. So
Right.
that
Yeah.
a person has to decide what he enjoys doing.
Mhm.
But in
Mhm.
general, yoga is a very safe way of working out your body and mind, because
Working
it is
out.
a slow practice, and
Mhm.
it can be taken by any age group. That is
Yeah.
another beauty of yoga, because
Mhm.
a person who is, let's say, above 60 or 70, or maybe he's just fragile, he cannot take to a gym. Maybe he can do some things in gym also if he
Mhm.
finds a
Mhm.
good trainer or something. But generally, people or doctors will advise him to go for a yoga class, because it's much more gentler, and it has
Mhm.
more holistic benefits.
Holistic
Not
benefits. Yeah.
everybody is looking at having six packs, abs, or bulging biceps. That's not, that looks good, but that's
Mhm.
not the only aspect of fitness. So
That's
that's
not the
why
only
you have
aspect.
to
Yeah.
see what works best for you. And
Mhm.
yoga definitely slows down aging
Mhm.
like no other activity can do. So
Thank you
that's
so much for
another reason.
thank you so much for telling me that. I'm going to come to you now. I'm going to trouble you to take my
Definitely.
classes.
Definitely. Because yoga
Okay.
slows down the oxidation process, it
Yeah.
elongates your breath. There's a
Mhm.
lot of focus on breathing exercises also.
True.
So when your breath slows down, the oxidation process in your body slows down. And that's another
Mhm.
reason why yoga is anti-aging to an
Mhm.
extent.
Mhm.
At least it
Right.
doesn't show on your face. Now everybody's life is kind of already,
Stressed.
uh, yeah.
Right. So I think that is, that says it all, that it depends on your purpose and on your nature, on your likability. What is it that you like? What is your purpose of, is it only exercising? Is it only to tone your body? or does it also, you also want some holistic benefits out of it? Because as I can understand from this conversation, yoga helps in physical well-being for sure. It also helps in the mental well-being, as I can make out. Am I correct, Harjas?
Yes, definitely. Yes.
Okay. Okay, fine. All right.
Because a person who, like you said, you also picked a good point that depending on the reason why you want to do it, because
Mm-hmm.
maybe somebody is an athlete, so he
Mm-hmm.
will obviously need to train that way also. He can't just do a
Mm-hmm.
yoga practice and be prepared as an athlete, as a runner, or as
Mm-hmm.
a football player or anything. They will have to do their own training also, which is
True.
more football centric or running centric.
Mm-hmm.
And besides that, and most of these athletes and professionals who are into some sort of sports, they are making it a holistic training program for themselves. They take a little bit of yoga also as part of their training. Most, like,
Mm-hmm.
I see more awareness that ways.
Mm-hmm.
Besides their normal training, they want yoga because they are also stressed out, because
Mm-hmm.
being in competition is a very stressful thing.
It's very
Like, and
stressful, yeah.
so everybody is in a competition these days, but especially with sports people and people in these kind of areas.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You are
So
also doing this yoga training for a sports team, Punjab football team or a volleyball team, as I remember.
yeah, Punjab football team. So
Punjab football
there's
team. Okay.
there's a league, Indian
Mm-hmm.
Premier League, and
Mm-hmm.
one of the teams is Roundlass Punjab. So I
Mm-hmm.
teach them yoga, under
Mm-hmm.
18 and the senior team.
Mm-hmm.
So right now they are in the league. So right now they're not taking, but generally throughout the year I
Mm-hmm.
teach them.
Mm-hmm.
And under
Okay.
18 people who are getting ready for the senior team, then
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
them also.
This
Yeah.
is beautiful. Yeah, that's wonderful. So, tell me, Arjus, in yoga, there is also mention of ahar or diet. Although now
Hmm.
every day everybody knows about dieting, everybody is conscious about diet, what they're eating, and how they're
Yeah.
eating, and when they're eating, and what quantities they're eating. So that is
Hmm.
there. But otherwise, also, yoga has a lot of talk about, okay, what should you eat, sattvic khana, and all those things. Tell me about that also, please.
So yeah, when we talk about yoga as a lifestyle, as I said, that yoga is not just this asana and pranayama, what most people know it as.
Mhm.
So there is also we have to also take care of our diet when we are practicing yoga or even in fitness otherwise.
Mhm.
So ahar is one of the ahar just means this is like uh, when we say yogic lifestyle. So we need to
Mhm.
include asana, maybe, like the physical part of it, pranayam, which is the breathing part of it. Then there's a lot of emphasis on proper relaxation, which comes from shavasana or relaxation techniques or all this. And then there's a lot of focus also on positive thinking and meditation. And another thing is proper diet or the sattvic food, the food we intake. Because
Mhm.
we all know, like you said, that you need to have a nutritious diet.
Mhm.
And we all know that we need to have a certain combination of
Mhm.
carbohydrates,
Mhm.
proteins,
Mhm.
minerals, vitamins,
Mhm.
fat is also very essential. So all that we know,
Mhm.
and you go to any nutritionist, she can tell you what is the proper combination you need according to your
Mhm.
lifestyle.
Mhm.
But another important aspect of ahar is that every food which we are eating, that should be sattvic. What does that mean? That it should be high vibrational energy food.
Mhm.
Everything in this universe has a vibration, and the food we intake makes us. And high vibrational food basically is the food um, which will have positive effects on not just our physical body but even on our mental body
Okay.
and the emotions which happen, which we go through.
Mhm.
So many times we feel lethargic after eating, maybe a cake, because cake
Mhm.
is not a sattvic food. It is a
Mhm.
tamasic food. It is full
Mhm.
of processed things. So we need
Yeah.
to take care of what we are doing. So all the things which are not directly nourished by sun, in the sense plant food is called sattvic food because it gets direct energy from sun. So it comes under sattvic food. The food which does not get nourished directly by sun is not considered sattvic. For example, probably like garlic is sown under,
It's under,
and
yeah, root.
mushrooms are grown in dense,
Mhm.
dark environment, right? Where there's a lot of, so that's why they are not considered
Moisture.
sattvic.
Mhm.
Yes, and then meat is not considered sattvic because it's a second, like it is not directly nourished through sun. Now, meat gets its food from plants.
Mhm.
I mean, they have to
Yeah, I got you. Yeah.
have their diet, and then they will be ready to be
Mhm.
slaughtered and whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
That's not.
Mhm.
So, again, and there is another factor: how and what time we are eating. In the sense,
Mhm. Mhm.
time of food also makes a lot of difference because our digestive fire changes. It keeps changing throughout the day. So certain foods
Mhm.
are good to be eaten at certain hours of time, in a
Mhm.
certain hour in the day. So
Mhm.
all these, there are many things, and then how the food is cooked, with what energy it is cooked, everything makes a
Yeah.
difference.
Yeah.
So, of course, maybe we can't completely go and check everything, but at least
Mhm.
some things we can take care of. That the food
Mhm.
we are eating is more organic, the food is coming from direct sources, and you know, uh, the person actually everything makes a difference. Even the person who is cooking, his energy also goes into the food. So we have to, probably we can't keep a note of all that, but at least we can try and have more greens, and not too much processed food, and not too much refined food. At least we can start from there. So,
Right,
that
right,
plays a
right.
lot of,
Right. I have a small confusion, Harjas. Like you said, garlic because it's under the soil. It's a root thing, so that's why it's not sattvic. Similar, I think onion is also that's why even onion are not considered sattvic, right? So what about potato? Potato.
so yeah, here that is one of the reasons that it is
Mhm.
grown. But because I am not too much into Ayurveda, all this is
Mhm.
a parallel branch of yoga. All this
Parallel
comes under
branch of
parallel
yoga.
branch
Okay.
of yoga, like, which
Mhm.
is like, it's called a sister, this thing, Ayurveda. You must have heard.
Mhm.
So all this
Mhm.
comes more under that. But just to say, of course, one thing is that which is not getting direct sunlight, like I said.
Mhm.
But
Mhm.
another reason why garlic and onion is not considered sattvic is because of its properties, in the sense it stimulates your nervous system. These two
Okay.
foods stimulates your nervous system, and the whole yoga
Mhm.
practice is about
Calming.
balancing your nervous
Yeah.
system, calming and balancing your nervous
Mhm.
system.
Mhm.
Because the more stimulation we have in our nervous system, the more stimulation we'll have in our mind. And
Mind. Right.
actual reason for a yoga practice, like the main reason for the yoga
Mhm.
practice, is to tame the mind and reach the
Mm.
consciousness. So
Yeah.
that's why it is considered tamasic,
So
because
taming the mind, reaching the consciousness, that's actually dhyan. So
that's
dhyan and
actually dhyana.
yoga are like somewhat kahin na kahin dono ka ek मेल hai. Is it correct?
Yoga is that.
Yoga is
It's
dhyan.
That's what I'm saying, that nowadays people understand yoga as the asana practice, but
Yeah.
yoga literally means union
Mm-hmm.
of what? Consciousness.
Consciousness.
Your unraveling of your own consciousness,
Mm-hmm.
your
Mm-hmm.
understanding of your own consciousness
Mm-hmm.
is yoga.
That's
So
beautiful.
basically, whenever you are united in your own self, that's called yoga. I
Hmm.
mean, we are united, but we don't know it. We kind of lose it. But this is what yoga is. So any practice, that's why meditation is part of yoga only. Meditation is also yoga. There are
Mm-hmm.
different aspects of yoga: karma yoga, dhyana yoga, jnana yoga, all that,
Mm-hmm. Right,
and
right.
raja yoga. So yeah.
Mhm. Brilliant. So tell me, just that can yoga also affect your decision making ability?
Yes, definitely. I think it can improve your decision making ability, because when you are practicing yoga and you are getting deeper into that practice, you understand your mind.
Mm.
You can actually, you have so many tools which can help you feel more in control, more calm, more balanced. So there's a clarity in your mind. whenever you're practicing all these, even the asana practice, a lot of times we are practicing balancing poses, for example.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
these balancing poses really help to improve your concentration.
Mm.
When you are doing pranayam or meditation, you are focusing on your breath, you're controlling your breath. So if your breath is in your control, most likely your mind is in your control. Even if it is not in your control, at least you are able to see what what is
Be
happening in your mind.
aware of what's happening
Yeah,
around.
you are
Awareness
aware,
comes. Mm.
awareness comes.
Mm.
So when you have more and more of awareness and less of chaos, obviously your decision making abilities improve. You're able to uh, form new neurotransmitters in your brain through a lot of
Yes,
yoga
yes.
practice. So
Right.
that again helps you to adapt to things very fast. You become more adaptive. You are able to see things from a bigger perspective, and
Mhm,
that
mhm.
all that has real of course all that improves your decision making.
Beautiful. Why I asked this question actually, Harjas, in today's life, every day we are making thousands of decisions. Every time we are making a choice, making a choice of getting up early, making a choice of having a healthy breakfast, making a choice of exercising, making a choice of doing a work, making a choice of talking to our loved ones. Every time we are making choice, and on the basis of that choice, as a consequence of that choice, our life is molding us towards in that direction. So decision making ability is very important, and if yoga can help you become a better decision maker, I think there's the biggest benefit I think that yoga can give, I believe, because it helps your decision making ability.
Yeah,
I think this is beautiful. Then this is really
yeah,
nice.
definitely. See, we also yoga is also oftenly called as a discipline. It is
Discipline,
not a
yeah.
very, I mean, to get to your yoga mat every day, to
Mm.
choose the right over choosing something only for your own self.
Only
You
for
know,
yourself.
of course everybody needs their own growth also, but at what cost? So that's why I said it becomes more encompassing. Your decision making becomes more inclusive also. And when you
Mhm.
are, maybe initially you might feel that if I do, like if I think about other people too much, then where am I going in life? But
Mhm.
from a larger perspective and for a longer run, actually that is what makes you grow in life even more, I believe. When you are looking after everybody's needs, also. I'm not saying self care is important, of course. I just meant that, y- uh, like it's a discipline, so you will make healthier choices for your own self and
Mhm.
for others as well. Uh,
Mhm.
so, like if somebody is into fitness, he will automatically not have bad food. Well, it just
Yeah.
happens. It's a very natural thing. When
Right,
you
right.
when you are in company of good people, you will not be in the company of bad people. Well, it's like that. If you
Because you're
feed
choosing
yourself,
one, you don't make the other choice, so that's there.
exactly. If you start inculcating good habits, then you don't have space for bad habits. So
Right.
that also happens, and because of that, also you make. So it's kind of connected because we are
Mm,
making
mm,
a
mm.
decision to do a yoga class or maybe keep ourselves healthy and take care of ourselves. Then
Right.
obviously we are more happy. Everything is kind of connected, and we are going to have clearer mind, and we are going to take better decisions. So everything is kind of connected that way.
Yeah, I think that's incredible. That's really great, Harjas. And that just brings me to my last question of this session. And that is, what would be your message for all our viewers?
Um, So yes, include yoga in your daily life if you can, because it's a beautiful practice, and
Mhm.
it is a practice which works on your physical, mental, emotional body, and makes you a more, I would say, makes you a more loving person, more compassionate person. It seeps into every part of your life, basically.
Mhm.
As I said, yoga is union. It is something which connects you to your own spirit. When once you start connecting to your own spirit, you're able to actually use your instruments, which is your
Mhm.
body, your mind, in a better way. So
True.
even if that's not right now your goal, or maybe you're not getting confused by what I'm saying, what does it mean to connect to your own spirit? Even if you start to take yoga on a physical level, you start practicing asanas, the way it is practiced starts to bring a lot of a lot of positivity in your body, and like you body positivity, you start feeling good in your body. You start to have more balance in your body, balance of hormones, balance of glandular systems, other systems. It strengthens your organs. So and it brings you more greater mobility, flexibility, strength, everything. So it's a practice which is going to keep you away from disorders, make you healthy, make you calm. So this is something I think which everybody is looking at. And of
Yeah.
course, if you have that as your life path, you will also want to learn yoga philosophy, and things can take
Get
another
deeper
turn
into
from
it.
there. Yes.
Yeah.
So yeah, for physical, mental, and emotional benefits, also just take up. Even if you're doing 15 minutes of yoga, it's enough. It's good
It's
enough.
worth it. It's worth it. Since yoga has so many benefits, are just mental, emotional, and physical, you said. It has three benefits: mental, emotional, and physical. If someone wants to learn yoga from Harjas, where they can reach you out, where are you available?
Okay, so right now I'm available online. So anybody who wants to take any sessions, they can just directly message me, or maybe if we can share the some Insta or handle, or
Yes, your
email,
Instagram
I
handle
can.
will be shared here. Yeah.
All right, so then they can get in touch with me,
Mm-hmm.
and I mean they can enroll for my group class or one-on-one sessions online right now.
Okay.
And offline, I'm in Delhi. We can talk
Mm-hmm.
about offline sessions also, because right now studios are not open as such.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not really teaching in any studios at the moment.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So
Okay.
online is what is happening right now.
Okay, so you are available to give online classes to beginners like me and to not so beginners who are already perfectionists and they're already practicing yoga, already professionals. To them also, you give classes, right?
Yes, yes, definitely.
Okay,
Everybody
okay.
needs yoga as a regular practice.
Everybody needs yoga. Yes, yes, yes. Everybody needs yoga for physical, mental, emotional benefits, like you said.
Yes,
Beautiful. That was so beautiful. That was really wonderful and really insightful. Thank you so
thank
much
you.
for giving us such beautiful and such informative information about yoga and asana and about ahar, about diet and the benefits that yoga has. It was really lovely talking to you, Harjas. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Anamika. Thank you so much. It was a pleasure. And I've seen your shows. It's really nice how you're bringing up people from all different sectors and motivating other people through them. So thank you so much for organizing this.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Harjas. Thank you.